so we are here to talk about episode 4, Masquerade of Sailor Moon Crystal. This episode is more of a team building exercise than an actual episode. It's filler, but that's fine. I thought it was very cute. Sticks really close to the source material, except for the 4 generals showing up. I want to know what they're going to do with that. You know, not that Jedit's alive. What are they going to do with him to make him stay in the pot for so long? If it turns to be a showdown between the 4 generals and the scouts, like as a kind of homaging to the Doom and Gloom girls from season 1 of the original anime, I could totally be here for that. I just hope that it's done in a way that is good tribute to the characters regardless. I hope it's just not done to sort of reduce the powers of the individual scouts. Like, I want them to have their moment of showing off their power and their ability to also be as destructive to their enemies as Sailor Moon's, final kill attacks are. Before I watched this episode, I had been seeing a lot of stuff on the internet about people saying it was boring and that the scouts no longer had personality. That's been a complaint for quite a while, that, Sailor Mars doesn't have a personality and none of them have personalities. And first of all, can I say I hate this whole "you're not a real fan" shit that's been going on lately. Like, between, people who like the manga more, people like the anime more, people who like this. It's kind of like, listen, we don't need this, okay? The fandom does not need this sort of stupid bullshit fandom watching, Sailor Moon fan checking between us over Crystal, because it's not that serious, guys. I mean, it's only 4 episodes in. We're not even to any of the real meat of the show yet, and we're really deciding if the personalities of the scouts aren't there. And just for the record, I completely disagree. I mean, it's not that the 90s anime personalities, but that was never accurate to what the source material was. And while I'll admit Crystal has not been 100% accurate to the source material, what's wrong with the personality that they have now? Ray going to the arcade, hang out with Amy, high-fiving, you see her blush. Like, this is the first time she's been out having friends. We saw in her opening episode that she has no one. She's isolated because of her powers. Her one friend was a fucking kindergartner, or whatever the fuck that little child was. It wasn't her age. She has friends now. Amy is talking to someone, being outgoing, in making Ray play the video games. The Amy we saw in her opening episode didn't want to touch anyone. She was shy. She was lonely. Just having Amy want to engage with Ray without Yuzaki prodding her is character development. From what we saw in her origin to what we see now, we have seen her develop. Why, is that not enough? Ray is already developing now. She's warmer, she's smiling, she's happy about Usagi. They're like, why are you here to be like, Serena, you're just a fucking idiot? Like, why is that gotta be the only way she can be a character, is for her to be antagonistic towards Usagi? They never had that in the manga. I like that they just have this friendship. They're all coming together. They want to hang out. They want to solve shit together. Go to the arcade. It's fun. This is a show about love and friendship, defeating some alien beasties. It's not supposed to be sort of dramatic, everyone's turning against each other. That's not Sailor Moon. Anyway, wasn't feeling those critiques. I don't think it makes sense to me. I think that their friendship looks fine. I think that their interactions are fine. I like it, and I'm very happy with it thus far. Like I said, the only complaint I have is the animation, because there were some scenes this episode when Andrew came in with Melvin, and I know that's not their real names, but that's what I'm gonna call them. I was like, Andrew, what happened to your face? And then when after Usagi gets her her dress pulled on and she turns for that first time, her face just went from, I was like, girl, what did they do to you? That was bad. I mean, some of the animation is just really bad. Oh my god, they are feeling that budget. But when that scene came, when Mamoru gave his girl a kiss, that was some great animation. They're putting their budgets in little places. Although I will say, kiss people when they're awake, not when they're asleep or slightly inebriated. When they're awake, I don't care if you're soulmates, don't do it. But yeah, we also get more interaction between Mamoru and Usagi, and this is different because, well, not different because we also had this episode in the anime, but they're not antagonistic this time around, which I enjoy. I think that the trope of 2 people becoming a couple after fighting for a season is trite, and it's played out. It's why can't you just be with someone who you like and who you find fun automatically? They're playing off as more of her being sort of mystified by him, but there's obviously an attraction there that they both are acting on. It's not like constant mocking back and forth like in the original. And don't get me wrong, I like that too. I'm just saying that just because it's not like that does not mean this is bad. I like that Usagi and Mamoru just get along and that they have a fun relationship. They don't have that kind of antagonism. I didn't like it as it worked on further along in the anime when they would have these stupid fights and stupid conflicts about stuff. I like the way they interact in the manga, and I like that when they do argue or have little things, it's about sort of very highly emotional things, not about bullshit, like not about Usagi being too childish or something like that. I think that's really demeaning towards Usagi, so I like seeing them being sort of like on equal levels of attraction. I also, like I said, I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Jadeite, Nephlite, and Tsunite, and Zoisite. Can I say that Tsunite looks so pale? All the time I'm like, dude, you're the general of the Middle East, why you look so pale, dude? You know, your tan was gone. I felt bad for him. I really wish they had kept the Zoisite, Tsunite relationship. That shit was cute. And Zoisite's not as sad. Well, that's a stereotype. But I do miss that. I do miss having that sort of interpretation. I do like that they are showing that kind of like gender fluidity where like Nephlite can transform into a woman even though it's a shadow. Like there's no like kind of like you were a girl. Like there's no kind of if, ands, or whatever. It's kind of like yeah, it happens. So that was really cool. Let's see what else I wrote in my notes. Let's see. Filler episode adorable. Oh, every time I see blonde Serenity, Queen Serenity in the opening credits, I gag inside. Why could we not have silver hair? I guess it's to make them look more related, but what are you gonna do? Give fucking Chibiusa less pink hair? Like, they have weird hair. They're fucking aliens. Usagi staying up to read manga. That was cute. She's one of us. Yeah. Oh, and then of course, when Usagi and Mamoru fall from the balcony, umbrella of love. Yes. Yes. And when he picked up her handkerchief, I was like, yes, I cannot wait. I love Usagi and Mamo-chan so much. And then at the end, when you saw the preview for Jupiter in the storm, and it said storm is coming, I'm like, yes, girl, it is. Praise. I love Jupiter. I love all the scouts. Mercury a little bit less, I'll admit. That would be my Job. But I'm enjoying Crystal. Like, I understand that it's not the perfect adaptation. I don't think it's the adaptation that we deserve, because I feel like the Sailor Moon fan base has been wanting something so badly, and it's unfair when, you know, Dragon Ball Z gets another movie or another video game like all the fucking time, reboot after reboot of digital this and digital that, and like it's been so long since we've had the anime, and we get it, and we can't even get decent animation. It's very frustrating, very annoying. As a fan, I definitely feel that frustration, but at the same time, I do like Crystal. I don't think it's done anything egregious as of yet. The moment it does, best believe I will be like, what the hell? But as of right now, I don't think it's worth of all the fan division, all the arguments about if it's inferior to the anime. I'm like, it's 4 episodes in, and you're also comparing a show that lasted 200 episodes. Like, why are you? It's not the same, and I understand that it's disappointing to some people if you love the anime and that's the Sailor Moon that you grew up with. Sailor Moon I grew up with, you know, it's part of our nostalgia. We love it, we want it to be represented, and we want to feel like we know these characters, and this is a different take on it. I've read the manga very recently. I mean, I read it before I was younger, but I read the whole thing to completion recently, so I'm more comfortable with them being with these personalities, but I get it, and you know, the anime sort of furthered it from my mind than it was when I was younger. But it doesn't mean that that stuff is gone. Like, I still, like, do I wish that I could get the Nephlite, Molly, Naru, in this case, love story? Yeah, but I have it. I'm not losing anything. So I think that, despite the shitty animation, and by God, it's kind of bad, I am really enjoying Crystal, and I hope that other people are too. I'm so excited for next week. And yeah, Usagi and Mamoru for life. Fuck Seiya. I'm gonna say that at the end of every episode because I just cannot stand that shit.